Man, that movie went quick. Been so long. Been gone so long. Got to set the Bobo timer. Okay. Bobo timer set. But that's kind of where I'm going with this one. Now, see, I even sanded a little bit of an airfoil. I want to keep it a flat bottom airfoil because you know the real B-1's flat bottom airfoil. And so I just kind of sanded a little bit off the top to give me my flat bottom airfoil. Sanded the leading edge round. I don't think I'll put no kind of finish or nothing on these wings. I don't even know if I'm going to use them. I might make some foam ones. But you know, these things are just so, that's just, you know, we got vinyl on this one. Because that's how Butch originally designed this. He's got one of the printers that does the vinyl, you know. We just put the vinyl on this foam and then cut it out. And that's how we got the fuselage and everything. This is kind of Butch's design. But I think it's going to work awesome myself. And I can just put me a couple little servos right here. I'm probably going to scavenge the old P-51 for parts, you know, the old foamie I got. And I'm going to kind of cut into my foam a little bit, just that first layer, and put my receiver. This is that receiver I had in that little foamie. Okay, I got 3 servos in that little foamie, so I ain't gonna have to spend no money on this. And then I'll get this CG, where we had it gliding it, and cut a hole for that battery. Yeah, cut a hole for this battery to fit in. Because another thing Lip Ripper told me is the batteries on the outside of a profile really make a big difference. You know, it wants to pull it down that direction. So once I get the CG set where I need this battery, I'll cut me a little hole and stick it inside there. And make me a set of flying stabs. But I want to get me a little foamie B-1 bomber. See, and I took some of that light ply and I glued it on both sides of this. I just cut that chunk out, traced it onto my wood, cut out my wood, bam, put it on there. Now when I sandwich them together, along with this is just balsa right here. Them is actually stops for my wings too. Going to serve 2 purposes there. When I glue that together, be able to get my wings in and out. I'll be able to get to my little motors. These little motors scream. This will be a good little setup, I think. You know, just quick and cheap. I'll fly pretty good. I'm hoping. But this will give us some flight testing, you know. I'll go out back here and maybe get the wife on the camera. Get someone on the camera and make some videos. And just kind of cruise on this and get this done the next day or 2. And do some flight testing and get back on the bomber, baby. Oh no, you guys know I can't stay away from this bomber too long. Just have to give me a break, man. Me and Butch worked hard. Too hard. You know, but I think the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get my servos hooked up on the stab. Get my rudder hooked up on a servo. I already have all them servos. And just piddle on it. That's how you do it, people. Little chunks at a time. Just take a little chunk of it. Say, okay, I'm going to get them elevators working. And that's what you stay focused on, you know. And get them servos in there and get that done, and bam, it's done. You don't have to go back. That's done. Then go to the rudder, you know, and get that rudder stuff figured out. And bam, the rudder's done, you know, and then move to the nose wheel, get that servo in there, get that figured out, and just take little chunks. Just little chunks at a time. And, you know, like I said, told you many times, if you look at this whole project all at once, it's just too overwhelming. And you'll end up not getting nothing done jumping around, you know. So you got to get one little chunk finished at a time. That's how I build them arcs too. You know, this one I'm kind of jumping around a little bit. Okay, I got this done. Then I got, you know, this is pretty much done. But I didn't know, I thought I was going to have to put my speed controllers inside here. Then I just said, well, I'll just mount them motors right there. But then the speed controllers are inside. And no air blowing through them. And I don't know, it just wasn't a good idea, I think. So I decided, well, I'll just make a couple of nacelles. And I wanted to go ahead and get the nacelles done. And then when they're ready to glue on, I'll go ahead and make my fuselage. Should have all that done today. This stuff's pretty simple to work with. But we're actually thinking about putting out some kits. You know, the last little bit of this bomber is going to be really expensive, man. I got a lot of stuff I need to buy yet. So if there's anyone interested in one of these little B-1s as a kit, you know, maybe we can even talk Lip Ripper into making the ARF stage. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Depends on how many people's interested. Give us all a shout out. And we'll see how this thing flies the next day or two. And if it flies good, all you guys can have a little B-1 bomber. Oh yeah, take to your flying field. Say, look what I got. B-1 bomber, baby. You know it. But that's about all I got. Man, we sure had a good time in Dice, man. Them guys just really treated us like royalty. I couldn't believe it, you know. And John watches these videos. He was our, what do you call it? They showed us around the base, you know, make sure we had everything we needed. And John, his flying name is Trash. What's up, Trash? I'm gonna get a shout out to Trash. He's a B-1 bomber pilot and his crew. Guys are awesome, man. They sure showed us a good time down there at Dice. And we was told that we better fly this thing there for its maiden flight. So I guess we better do it, or we might have a B-1 bomber targeting the shop. We don't want to do that. We don't want that to happen. But they took us into flight simulators, people. Oh yeah, I got to fly the B-1 flight simulator. Then they took us in the back seat and showed us how they target all that stuff, and you know, their offense and defense. And I asked him, you know, after he was talking about all that, I said, oh yeah, well, what do you do when you got a MiG on your 6? It was funny. We start screaming, MiG on our 6, MiG on our 6, and start dropping chaff and flares and grab a hold of them ejection seats handles. Wouldn't that be a trip? Doing about 1,500 mile an hour and pull that ejection seat. Wow. That would be a ride. But I want to thank all you guys from Dice. John, it was awesome, man. Those memories is going to last me a lifetime. You know, next to my kids being born, that was probably the highlight. You know, and it's just awesome. Awesome. And don't forget about the ground crew, baby. You guys rock, man. You guys rock. If it wasn't for you guys, it just wouldn't happen. No, John couldn't fly that B-1 bomber without you guys. You KC-130 guys, you guys rock too, man. I kind of wish you would have got away with that Batmobile caper. Tell you the truth. But that was a good one, man. That was a good one. That was a classic right there. Kidnap the Batmobile, put it on a cart, load that dude on a KC-135. Well, y'all know what that means. This episode, Bob TV's come to a conclusion, but I'll keep y'all posted on the foamie B-1 thing. And remember, this is a drama-free zone. This episode of Bob TV was broadcasted in Philovision. And this is a drama-free zone.